Welcome to Henry's Off-Road Travels. In this series, join Sharon and me as our long-term plans of crossing Australia is finally realised. We have 4 months to explore and find out whether the West is really the best. We travel with friends in our new Land Cruiser 300 and fully off-road caravan. I hope you enjoy our travels as much as we do. Got Halloween coming in early over here for the kids. And right next to our van as well, we've got a big picture there. Anyway, cool little setup. Sandalford wines. Been a lack of reporting happening, only because we've been in Perth for the last week and a bit. Just chilling out, catching up with family, doing shopping, doing bits and bobs. Nothing exciting.
You've been editing?
I've been editing. She's been socialising with her family and friends and had a few Sri Lankan feeds along the way. It's been yummy. It's been nice. String hoppers last night with the family. Hoppers hopefully tomorrow night. We're booked for the restaurant. The weather's been good.
Yeah, it's been very nice the last couple of days.
Excellent.
It's supposed to be cooling down now, unfortunately.
Yes, so it's going to be mid-20s, low 20s over the course of the next week. And then by the time we get to Carnarvon, just after Carnarvon, it sort of hits the high, actually 30s. It hits 30s. So Carnarvon's up to the mid-20s. And then once you cross the tropical Capricorn, something like that, out there, bang, we're into heat.
40 odd degrees up there now.
Yeah, Karratha is expecting very high 30s, if not early 40s. And Exmouth was probably mid-30s as well. There's no escaping the heat. It's knocking on the door in the next week. Accommodation's been good. It's been great to actually be routed for 2 weeks. Last time was Bel Air, which was a week. So this is 2 weeks. So it's been good to just be in one spot, able to do stuff. Even better when the family's close by because they can distract Sharon and get her involved in things and leave me alone. So it's all good. Made some biryani today. Boxes on the pot just to keep the flies away, otherwise it is smelling very nice. It's Halloween tonight as well, so that building there has been the central stage for the last week with Halloween things for kids earlier in the week. Then there was movies last night. We're going out for dinner, so hopefully having hoppers today. That's on the menu. Hopper night, Sri Lankan dish, a bit like pancakes I suppose. Yeah. A couple more days in Perth, catching up with Sharon's family in the next couple of days. And then we'll start wandering our way up the highway to the heat in Karratha.
What's that all in this? That's the chili one. The bigger. Live එකක් දාන්න. මගේ phone එකේ.
All sample. Good.
You have come before, isn't it? You haven't come before, but you can make a bigger one.
Leaving Perth. It's been a bit of a wet morning, a little bit of rain this morning, not too bad. And we're heading off to Geraldton for a couple of days. Yep. Yep. Going to move forward. Yep, you're all good. Move wider out.
All good?
Yep. 5th of November. And we know what day that is. Departure day from Perth. Also happens to coincide with Melbourne Cup Day. And also in America it's the United States elections as well. So quite a important day today. We're leaving Perth on Tonkin Highway. The Indian Ocean Drive is still closed for repairs, so we'll be going straight up Brand Highway. Spend a couple of days in Geraldton before we then move on. Stay in Geraldton, White Peaks, friend's place. Ocean views. We are at our friend's place up in White Peaks, just out of Geraldton. Got a lovely property. As you can see in the background there, the ocean. Drummond's, which is where we've got property, residential, and then Geraldton up the road there. And White Peaks is known for that peak there. We are at Edgerby rest area, just outside of Carnarvon, about 70 k's out of Carnarvon. A couple of chicken steaks here from the famous Whole Hog from Geraldton, friends of ours, James and Bronwyn. I'm not sure exactly what flavour it is, but it's certainly got a bit of a spice to it. We've also got some lamb curry as well, which obviously we're eating tonight, not tomorrow night. Yummo. Cajun barbecue chicken. Just got rid of my pet. My pet fly, Louie.
Well, sorry, he's not invited to dinner.
Go with me, I can be a winner. And yet in every poll I saw, when you asked Republican voters, who do you think has the best chance to beat Joe Biden, they'd say Donald Trump. Like Donald Trump, looks like
Mr. Trump is likely to be the next president of the United States, based on the count so far. We're about to leave Edgerby, just out of Carnarvon, and making our trek further towards Karratha. Sharon says it's about 19 at the moment. I think we're expecting to see about 40 around Nanyutara way, so and the fly's not too bad at this stage either, so surprisingly.
Passing the Tropic of Capricorn on the western side of Australia. We did it over near Rockhampton, I believe, somewhere around there.
So set up there, nice and shady spot, a little bit overcast right now, which is great given the temperature's about 40-41.
Nanyutara Roadhouse, staying the night. New bridge that was opened 2004. The old homestead over there. My brother used to work there. So the original Nanyutara Bridge was opened in 1966. The original one, which must have been single lane. Yeah, I think because of the cloud, I think it's about the best we're going to get. Maybe get some nice colours. So you can see where you had to stop for the traffic to come from the other side when it was a single lane bridge.
And we're in Nanyutara. It's pretty much our Ridge last day, well, the last night anyway, of our holidays. We've spent a couple of weeks in Perth, spent a few days coming up the coast, so it's been a good holiday. Caravan has performed as we expected. As we mentioned previously, no major issues. The odd issue we had with the door in those first couple of days, but beyond that, everything's been actually quite good. It's needing a bit of a service. You're happy with the colour of the tabletops?
I am now.
You're happy with the colour of the splash pads?
Yes, but yeah. So I
Sweet.
changed that anyway. This
These
was
were
the only
last
thing
minute changes that she had requested.
that was the original colour I wanted, was what the splashback is now. And it got changed when we changed all this. And then I changed it back to the grey. Probably the only thing I would do next time is have slightly darker flooring, because this shows dirt so much.
Yeah, otherwise, yeah, we haven't done as much off-grid as we probably would have or might have thought we would have done. So I'd like to do a little bit more in the future, just in terms of sequence of days, so we know how long our water can last and how long our power can last. Today in Nanutara it's been 41, it's currently 8 o'clock at night and it's still 38 degrees. It's actually quite warm and still out there, so I think it's probably going to drop to 36. We've got the aircon on and it's currently pumping out at 26 degrees out here inside the van, so it's actually quite comfortable.
Bang, we're back in the Pilbara.
Yes, the car has also performed well over our entire 3-4 months of travelling. The odd hiccup we had with low oil back in Winton Longreach, that stretch there over in Queensland.
It's not an uncommon thing. It's happened to other cars as well, so it's not just like...
We might have been one of the early ones though, so it was 2 months ago when we struck this problem, and it's only just now, we're in early November, where there's a lot of information now coming out about oil levels, the type of oil that should be put into the vehicles, particularly where they've got tuning undertaken to it.
Not just that, with
heavy loads as well.
And then they're suggesting it to do it more regularly as well when you're pulling a heavy load. So it's not just about having tunes or anything like that, it's just about what the pressure the car's been put under, I suppose.
As the time of doing this video, there are questions about warranty between Toyota and owners as to issues with the engine. So hopefully they'll all be resolved over the next little while. Just Autos, one company who have been doing additional work and upgrades or tuning to vehicles. They've done a body of research as well, so that's also in its early stages too. Sharon's done the bulk of the driving, so she's been quite happy with its ability to tow.
Yeah, and it's got the power behind it. Yeah, I'm really happy with the tuning that we got done, and even with the cooling box and the air box and the cooling thing, whatever it is. That was done through Just Autos as well, and it's been great. We've not had any overheating issues whatsoever. And you can hear it kick in too. You hear it when it starts to cool down.
Yep, been interesting surviving with Sharon 24/7. But look, we've survived. Very few scratches on either of us.
That you can see.
You can see I've got a scar here. That was another one. But yeah, apart from it's been good. So relationship-wise, I know her better. Actually, I think she probably knows herself a bit better now. Yeah, because I've been telling her all her faults and she's accepted them now. So win for me finally. A couple of other things that we've had on the trip as well. Starlink. We've used that periodically throughout the trip, particularly when uploading videos and stuff, but also in those areas that the reception's pretty poor. So a few dollars per month to rent, but it is one of those products where you can, when we get home tomorrow, we can actually cancel the subscription, or at least the monthly payments, until we decide to reuse it again in the future. We've had lots of good memories, lots of people we've seen along the way. Obviously Leon and Petra, who travelled with us, lots of friends that we've met along the way, and as well as new friends that we've met along the way as well. So at caravan parks, often there's people, neighbours as such, who we bump into, people inquisitive about our car or caravan. or where we're going. So yeah, it's all been good. Lots of stories to tell and share. So.
And I was really, initially before we went on the trip, a bit dubious about going into caravan parks. Just thinking people were being on top of each other, not having privacy. But it's actually been really good. And people, as Henry said, people come up and chat, but you can chat to them, well, you don't have to. Like, you can just, yeah, and when you're busy, you haven't always got people around, obviously, but yeah, so it's actually been quite good. And the caravan parks we've stayed in have been good. So
yeah, and they've all been reasonably good. There's really none really of poor standing. The weather's been good as well throughout the entire trip. So we haven't had any long stretches where it's just rained and poured and sort of stopped us from doing anything. We've probably had one day or maybe a couple of days every so often, or drizzly days, but nothing to sort of really stop us doing anything. And likewise, even coming up the converse to those hot days, we've really had very few of those. Just probably today's probably been the hottest we've had, which is over the 35, 40, and maybe our equivalent over in Queensland, which is again the Winton Longreach area, where I think we had a hot spell there for a day or two. Again, it wasn't in the 40s, but probably in the high 30s. We've actually had some,
we had one hot day when we got to
yeah, as
Kalgoorlie.
we arrived. So, but we haven't really had any bad or hot days that sort of stopped us from doing anything. So I've been very fortunate in the time that we've gone on our holiday. So we left mid-July. It's now first week of November. It's been actually good. Lots of places we would like to revisit at a future time. So yeah, we've made notes of a lot of that stuff. The videos will obviously help us sort of recall our highs and lows. Had very few lows, to be honest. But yeah, health-wise, we've all travelled well.
Yeah, no one really got really sick, did they? No one come down with flus or anything like that. Nothing that stopped anyone from doing anything.
Yeah. Sharon did try and kill me many times trying to do all these bloody walks. But I'm still alive.
Look how much fitter you are.
I was always fit. I didn't want to drag them down, but because now they're all limping and whinging and whining about all their aches and pains, whereas I'm still good. So this will probably be maybe the last video. Maybe there's another video after this, but tomorrow's pretty much home for us in Karratha. Thank you for those who have watched us all the way through the series.
You poor things. You need a medal.
Hit the like and subscribe, as everyone says, if you're interested. But for future trips, there will be stuff that we'll be planning to do next year. What they look like, we're not 100% sure. We've sort of got some ideas. Yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed the holiday experience that we've endured. And there's probably some things you'll be able to take out of it if you want to do your own holidays as well. Certainly there's a lot in Australia that we have seen. There's also a lot more that we haven't seen. So
yeah, so much in our backyard. Don't need to go overseas.
Now we have purposely not done a lot in Western Australia purely because, as part of this holiday, because we've lived in WA for many decades, we've travelled around the place, so we've chosen not to do a lot of that. So it's been a bit of a fast trip to the border and then from the border back to home. But again, if you look at the Henry's Off-Road Travels page on YouTube, you'll see a number of other videos that we've done in the past, not necessarily a caravan, but places we've explored, where yeah, you'll see what is actually in WA in our backyard. In regards to is West the best? Well,
yes, it is.
yeah,
Arts in the West.
Again, as I said, you haven't sort of seen the full videos of our travels as part of this holiday, so you need to look at other videos. There's certainly elements outside of WA that we do like, particularly Queensland, but each of the places we went to, there's something quite nice about it, so something WA doesn't necessarily afford or have. So it is nice to see what's over the border. Yeah, look, to be honest, I still do like WA a lot. So hopefully we'll may bump into in the future at some stage in our travels. Cheerio.
Bye.
Officially the last day of our holiday. Then it's just a weekend at 40 Mile, just out of Karratha. Just had a quick bite to eat for lunch. Caravan's on. It's a bit of a dusty road to get here. Flies are very friendly because they've got nobody else to hassle except for me. Aussie salute. It's 40 Mile Beach in the background.